Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and I've been saying this for years, but clout is a disease, man. This stuff is so infectious. When people get their first taste of internet success or attention or virality, I feel like it chemically rewires people's brains in a way, right? Like the idea of just blowing up on the internet and getting a viral video to go off, or like being famous on the internet, it makes people do things that are just so stupid that just make no sense, and it blows my mind that we continue to see people on YouTube getting arrested for pranks and all kinds of different things, and people aren't learning their lessons. But in today's video, that's exactly what we'll be talking about. Now, this takes place with a pretty small YouTube channel, and they are facing 7 years in jail after breaking into a Target for a 24-hour overnight challenge. Now, if you don't know what I mean by this, there's like this certain subcategory of YouTube content called prank videos or challenge videos where, for the most part, it's just really garbage content. Like back in 2016, I remember people were talking about these channels a lot, but it's basically content more or less aimed at like children and teenagers, where they just do really stupid things for attention. And they'll like go out and harass people in public. You know, they'll play quote unquote pranks by like, I don't know, going into like a black neighborhood and being racist, and then going, oh bro, it's just a big prank, bro. Or they'll go into like a fast food restaurant and like fuck with the employees while they're making minimum wage, and then when someone gets mad and threatens to call the cops, oh bro, it was a prank, bro. It's basically just people fucking with other people for the sake of doing so, and like just, you know, annoying people. That's what this kind of content draws. But in this specific instance, they basically go into like some sort of department store or like big super center like a Walmart or whatever, and their challenge is to spend 24 hours in there, and they'll like, I don't know, go to the toilet paper aisle, and they'll build a fort back inside of it, and they'll like sit back there and hope that an employee doing their job doesn't find them or something and kick them out. It's honestly a really stupid and played out trend. I mean, people have been making these videos for like half a decade now. Nothing new or original or anything to it, really. It's not funny. It's a really played out idea in my opinion, but this is what happens, I guess, when you look for YouTube clout and you don't really have anything original or thought-provoking or entertaining to say or do. More or less, you just gotta kind of like refunnel the same ideas that other people before you did down into, you know, the same little fucking trended topic or whatever over 5 years. It's a really stupid way to get attention online because, in my opinion, it's just not sustainable whatsoever. With prank content, you have to always take it to a new extreme, right? You have to do something more shocking than the last one in order to continue virality. If you just go to Walmart once a week and spend a day in there, you know, people eventually are gonna be like, hey, this isn't fucking cool or funny anymore, and they go somewhere else. So a pair of YouTubers face up to 7 years in prison after breaking into a Target in Pennsylvania for a bizarre 24-hour overnight challenge to boost subscribers to their channel. The pair that go by the name Saucy and Honey attempted to hide inside the store in Exton on February 22nd. However, West Whiteland Township Police arrested Johnson LaRose, 25, aka Saucy, and Charlotte Fisher, 24, aka Honey, after the next day. Authorities were called to the Target when the alarm was tripped, but police searching the big box retailer were unable to locate anyone inside. The next day, Target employees found surveillance footage showing a man and woman walking around the shop for hours with their phones filming it. Quote, it became a little bigger than of an investigation, trying to find out what they were doing. Was there something criminal? Police Detective Scott Pezick said, neither LaRose nor Fisher actually stole anything, nor did they destroy any property, but they will face trespassing charges that carry up to 7 years in prison. So essentially, for filming a YouTube video for attention, they are now facing 7 years in prison. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and say that trade-off probably wasn't what they were expecting, probably wasn't the, you know, the response that they were looking forward to. But the truth of the matter is, this is what happens when you ignore the consequences that society will put on you for doing these types of things. I mean, you can't just go into a Target and sit there for 24 hours while they're closed and think that that's going to be okay. Like, do you really think people are going to be cool with that? If anything, man, if you're going to film this type of shit, if you're going to make these types of videos where you go around and fucking, I don't know, sit inside of a store for 24 hours, at least ask permission before you do that. I mean, what do you really lose by asking permission? You know, does it make the video any more fake than it already is? You know, does it make it more bullshit than it already was to just ask permission? Now, I'm going to assume that anyone with their right mind and head is going to go ahead and say, fuck you, you're not staying in our store for 24 hours. But I mean, at least ask, you know? Don't commit criminal trespassing for some fucking YouTube clicks. Apparently that makes too much sense, man. I've been saying this one for years. If you're going to record yourself committing a fucking crime, don't post it everywhere and tell everybody about, hey, I just committed this crime. Look at me. I'm culpable for for my actions. Don't tell the police that I did this. But of course, when you go into a situation like this, you're being filmed by the people who own the store too. Like, they have their own camera security system, so I don't know, man. I just wouldn't recommend doing it at all. So the couple filmed what they termed as the 24-hour overnight challenge and target on their page for their subscribers in a video that lasted about 26 minutes. As was seen on the security footage, the pair largely walk around aimlessly before attempting to set up a fort. While they claim to have spent the entire night inside of the target, police note that camera footage showed them leaving at around 3 a.m., tripping the alarm that would eventually lead to their arrest. LaRose and Johnson did return to the target at about 8 a.m. in an attempt to stage the end of the challenge. The poorly conceived prank gained them about 4,000 subscribers to liver their YouTube channel totaled to about 21,000. Pezic said the main offense the pair committed was the wasting of both the police and store's resources to track them down. When you go to a burglary call, you have a heightened sense of awareness. Suddenly you see someone in there, or maybe they get spooked and run. Our officers were well trained, but it's not a great situation for anybody, Pezic said. They weren't out to harm anybody, but we want to make sure it doesn't happen again. So let me get this straight, right? You go ahead and plan this stupid prank, right? You go through with it. You go there and actually do it. You film yourself committing the crime so you can get some internet virality, get some brownie points from people online. You go through all of the trouble of doing something like this and then don't even complete the challenge that you showed up to do. Like, I'm fucking blown away by that. You actually instead, like, I can't fucking believe that you would go through with this and then not complete it. Like, if you're gonna risk 7 years in prison, don't you think the least you could actually fucking do is go through with what you did? And then they're too dumb to realize that their ability to not do the prank that they basically broke in to do, they realize that they can leave early and stage it. So they don't even give a fuck if it's real or fake or whatever it be at this point. So why would you go back? Like, you trip the alarm and you think that going back is a good idea? Did you think they didn't have cameras? Did you think that Target doesn't have basic security features? People's houses have cameras, and you think that the $1 million store down the street doesn't have a camera system? Like, come on, guys. You could almost try to feel bad for these people, but I just simply can't. Like, they did all of this to them fucking selves. Like, every single bit of this is self-inflicted. They planned the dumb prank. They went through with it. They got themselves arrested. They decided to not even complete the prank that they planned in the first place, right? Like, it's just grade A stupidity at this point when you're looking at everything going on in this situation here. So the pair have been released on a $25,000 unsecured bail and are banned from every Target in Pennsylvania. Fisher is surprised at all the fuss and wouldn't have changed a thing about their adventure. I mean, no regrets, just living life and having fun. It's kind of sad all this came out of it. We were expecting a fine, nothing crazy, Fisher told Fox 29. LaRose and Fisher are expected to appear in court again on March 24th. Perhaps the worst public statement possible, right? I mean, yeah, no regrets. Like, yeah, tell that to the fucking judge who has 7 years of your life held over your head. Yeah, I don't regret a thing I did, judge. Give me those 7 years in prison for trespassing. Literally fucking idiotic, man. Like, do you really think they're not going to use that against you in court? Have you never heard the fucking sentence that anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law? You really think that the judge or like the attorney against you is not going to be like, yeah, this motherfucker said he doesn't regret it. He was living life and having fun. Give him the full sentence, right? Like, you really think that's not going to happen? Literally incriminated yourself, and then on top of that, just basically told the judge, like, yeah, I deserve the full sentence. I don't give a fuck about what I did. I mean, it just, I don't know. Are your parents fucking brother and sister or something here? Like, what's going on that makes you not able to think that one through? But that's just fucking moronic to me, man. And you were expecting a fine, nothing crazy. You literally committed fucking criminal trespassing, and you thought you were going to get a fine for that? I don't know, maybe look up the laws in your state before you decide to literally fucking break them. Literally every law that you can think of is on a page somewhere on some sort of law, like lawyer website or from your state's government website. You can figure out if it's illegal to basically stay in a Target overnight when it closes, right? You can figure that out for yourself instead of just hoping and praying they'll give you a fine or something fucking dumb like that. I don't know, man. Logic really jumped out the window on this one. So with all that being said, though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, talking about clout and signing out.